My first railway library, Thomas the Really Useful Engine. Thomas is Sodor's number one. He works hard while having fun. Fetching, shunting, hauling too, there's nothing Thomas doesn't do. Thomas has his own branch line. He chugs along it, rain or shine. His coaches Annie and Clarabelle take passengers and crew as well. Like Gordon, Belle and Edward too, Thomas is painted a splendid blue. With 2 gold whistles and a shiny dome, his wheels were to take him home. Thomas and Bertie love to race, rushing fast from place to place. They think it's such tremendous fun, and peep and beep till the race is won. Sometimes trouble lies ahead, and Thomas needs some help instead. When faced with danger, his friends are there, because useful engines really care. If Thomas has a boiler ache, wobbly wheels or squeaky brakes, the Steamworks is the perfect place to put the smile back on his face. In winter weather, when it snows, every useful engine knows to wear his snowplow on the track. Without it, he might not get back. There may be bumps and biffs and crashes, troublesome trucks, cinders and ashes. Thomas knows that when the day's work ends, he'll be safe in the sheds with his steam team friends. My first railway library, Percy the cheeky little engine. Percy is Sodor's number 6. He shunts trucks and carries bricks. He may be small, but he works hard, puffing to and from the yard. His stripes are red and his dome is gold, and he always does as he is told. 4 green wheels are all he needs to help this engine reach top speeds. Gordon, James and Henry too think there are things that he can't do. But Percy always proves them wrong, because little engines can be strong. When all of Percy's work is done, it's time to have some sunny fun. The journey Percy loves the most is puffing to and from the coast. Harold flew over the rails below. He teased Percy, "You're so slow!" Percy smiled and said, "Let's race," and steamed home quickly in first place. One day Percy had rotten luck. He worried that he might get stuck. Straight ahead there was a flood. It didn't do his wheels much good. But Percy bravely pulled his train until they reached dry land again. "You did it, Percy!" his driver said, and they headed home to the engine shed. When sometimes things don't go as planned, Thomas puffs to lend a hand. Then down the track they chuff together, Thomas and Percy, best friends forever. My first railway library, James the Splendid Red Engine. This is James. He's number 5. His 8 strong wheels help him to drive. His dome is gold, his paintwork red. He's the shiniest engine in the shed. Behind James, his tender rolls. His fireman keeps it filled with coal. This keeps James steaming fast all day. Peep, peep, says James. We're on our way! But one day, James had too much puff, and trouble followed sure enough. The fat controller won't forget the time his poor top hat got wet. If sometimes trains are very long, James and Edward work as one. Slow down, calls Edward full of worry. There's no need to rush and hurry. The fat controller spoke to James and said, Don't go so fast again. If you don't learn what you must do, we'll have to paint your red coat blue. When his funnel was blocked one day, James puffed to the steamworks straight away. Victor soon repaired his friend. There's not an engine he can't mend. One day, James had faulty brakes. He went so fast his axles ached. He raced past Thomas in the yard and bashed some buffers really hard. Most of the time, though, James is good. He pulls his load like an engine should. James may show off, but he's also kind. A finer engine would be hard to find. My first railway library. Gordon the Big Strong Engine. Gordon is blue and very grand. He's the fastest engine in the land. It really is a splendid sight when Gordon puffs with all his might. Number 4, he's strong and proud. He blows his whistle long and loud. Everyone knows Gordon's name. No other engine is quite the same. Gordon pulls the big express. His strength is certain to impress. He thunders quickly down the line, always keen to be on time. When Gordon sees his friends ahead, he doesn't stop, but calls instead, I mustn't stop! I can't be late. My passengers don't like to wait. One day, Gordon's whistle broke. The engines thought it was a joke. Peep, poop, peep, the whistle blew. Help me, Gordon told his crew. Gordon thinks that big is best. Big engines sometimes need a rest. One day, when he was fast asleep, Thomas woke him with a peep. Shunting trucks makes Gordon grumpy. The journey's always slow and bumpy. Dirty coal trucks! Oh, the shame! Says Gordon as he pulls the train. When it was time to go to bed, Gordon puffs home to the shed. No more trucks playing games, just peace with Percy, Henry, and James. My first railway library. Henry the Smart Green Engine. Here comes Henry puffing along. He's number 3 and very strong. He once was blue, but now he's green. This engine likes his paintwork clean. His crew keep Henry looking smart. They oil each joint and engine part. Funnel, wheels, and buffer beam are polished until Henry gleams. Henry wasn't always so tough. Some days he couldn't steam and puff. But then his crew gave him special coal, which made his 16 green wheels roll. Henry's favourite destination is when he steams to Maithwaite Station. "All aboard! Your train is here!" calls friendly Henry, full of cheer. His passengers enjoy the ride as he puffs into the countryside. "Peep, peep, peep! Just look at me!" Henry whistles happily. Sometimes engines must work late, pulling trucks or hauling freight. Once Henry had a job to do and had to work the whole night through. On snowy days, some engines shiver, but Henry knows he must deliver. Snow and ice don't bother him. Instead, they help his wheels to spin. As Henry puffs home feeling proud, he blows his whistle long and loud. "Here he comes!" the children cheer. "The happiest train all through the year!" My First Railway Library, Thomas and the Easter Egg Hunt. It's Easter time on Sodor, and Thomas is on his way. His wheels are whirring quickly. It's the great egg hunt today. "Look high and low for chocolate eggs," the Fat Controller tells the team. "Engines ready? Then time to go!" And they're off in a whoosh of steam. Soon Thomas reaches a station, and James peeps in delight. He's found an egg among the flowers, so colourful and bright. "Bust my buffers!" smiles Percy as he pulls into a siding. There in Harold's cockpit, an Easter egg is hiding. Thomas stops at Marron Junction, and Charlie peeps, "Look high!" An egg is on the signal post, bright blue, just like the sky. When Thomas arrives at Brendam Docks, he slows to take a look, as the Fat Controller points to an egg on Cranky's hook. Next stop is Knapford Station, where Emily has found the last egg on the station clock, high above the ground. Well done, Thomas and his friends. The great egg hunt is done, and now it's time to share the eggs and have lots more Easter fun. My First Railway Library, Thomas and the Winter Rescue. On a snowy winter's day, Henry was full of cheer. He has a special train to pull, which ran just once a year. As Henry puffed off through the snow, he peeped his whistle with joy. "I'll fetch the train with special gifts for every girl and boy." Henry stopped on Gordon's Hill. "I can't steam up," he cried. His wheels spun and slipped and slid, no matter what he tried. The Thing Controller at the wharf told Thomas, "Henry's late. We need to find him Quickly now, the special train can't wait. Henry must be stuck, said Thomas. I'll find him right away. So he put on his snowplow and left without delay. Thomas worked hard clearing snow. It took him a long time. At last he spotted Henry stuck much further down the line. Now Henry's track was clear of snow. He rushed to fetch his train. The presents soon were all aboard, so they set off once again. The children cheered for Henry as he steamed through into sight, with a train packed full of presents on a special snowy night. My First Railway Library, Bertie the Helpful Bus. In the yard one sunny day, a bright red bus came out to play. Hello, said Thomas. Who are you? I'm Bertie. I take people too. Bertie said, let's race for fun. We'll see who's really number one. You'll never beat a bus like me. Thomas whistled. Wait and see. Thomas and Bertie's race was on, and seconds later they were gone. Bertie's engine reached top speed. He raced ahead into the lead. Hurry, hurry, Thomas said, but his driver pointed straight ahead. Here's the crossing, don't forget. We'll beat that cheeky Bertie yet. But Bertie found another route and beeped at Thomas. Toot, toot, toot! He crossed the bridge to take first place. Was Bertie going to win the race? Then Thomas whooshed into a tunnel as clouds of steam poured from his funnel. See you later, Thomas cried to Bertie racing by his side. Thomas came first. He'd won the race, while Bertie Bus took second place. He didn't moan or cause a fuss. What a kind and friendly bus. Both Thomas and Bertie give people rides. They know they work best side by side. When passengers get off Thomas's train, Bertie takes them home again. My First Railway Library, Flynn the Fire Engine. Fiery Flynn is brave and strong. This fire engine works hard all day long. No fire too big, no flames too hot. He'll race to the rescue in a shot. Flynn joined the search and rescue crew, with Belle and Butch and Rocky too. The lifeboat captain roams the seas, while Harold whizzes on the breeze. Flynn works with Belle, who's shiny blue. She's really quick and fights fires too. Two fire engines are safer than one. Together these friends get the job done. One day, when Flynn was driving by, he saw some smoke across the sky. A fire! The Fat Controller said. Oh dear, it's coming from my shed. Flynn hurried, driving round a curve. His wheels began to wobble and swerve. I must go on, brave Flynn did say. This rescue needs me right away. The flames were sizzling orange and red and burning through the wooden shed. Then, just in time, brave Flynn appeared. "Stay back!" he called as people cheered. Flynn sprayed his hoses, acting fast, squirting water with a blast. And when the flames were nearly out, he said, "We're winning, without a doubt!" "Now you're a hero!" Thomas cried. The two friends rolled off side by side. Flynn honked, and with an "Engines away!" he's off to fight another day.